Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Many questions were asked through email, through telephones, and also directly while we are traveling for delivering lectures about our Puranas. Why there are so many Puranas? Why there are so many stories, that too exaggerated stories in Puranas, and in some cases the same story is different way presented. Stories are presented in different ways. Whether these Puranic stories are histories, should we follow that, or are they reliable? These are all the simple but logical questions asked about Indian Puranas. So I would like to answer all these questions through this explanation about the Puranas. In India we have got 18 Puranas. They are generally known as Mahapuranas. Some of the Puranas are very small and some of the Puranas are very big. Perhaps the biggest among Indian literature is Skanda Purana, very big. And like 18 Puranas, we have got 18 Upapuranas, which are subsidiaries. They are generally not called as Mahapuranas, they are called as Puranas. While searching for the total Puranas, we could also see some Puranas which do not fall in the Mahapurana or Upapuranas. That means beyond 36 Puranas there are simple and complicated Puranas. Puranas do have some historical aspect. Many of the UGC based history books, University Grand Commission based history books are written based on some aspects taken from our Puranas. So in-depth research has been gone into these Puranas, and some useful facts about the kings and kingdoms and historical facts were taken while composing the history books for graduation and post-graduation level in India. And many British historians have also taken many facts from our Puranas. But Puranas are not purely histories. Very many number of quantitatively and qualitatively exaggerated facts are given in Puranas, and in many cases historical evidences are not given solidly. But the purpose of Puranas is very clear. The purpose is very clear. Why it is told very clear? Conveying the life-based messages, the truth, the fact and the essence of our life can be communicated to the pupil. The truth, the fact and the essence of the life can be communicated to the pupil through stories more easily than through other facts. Everyone in the world is generally interested in listening the stories, and in every Purana, in fact in every Indian literature, as I used to say, thousands of literature composed by thousands of rishis for the last thousands of years in thousands of subjects. Ultimate aim of all this literature is to create jnana, karma and bhakti. No one should forget about it. Creating the knowledge as we used to say, Jnana Yoga, giving an Ichcha Shakti, enthusiasm and urge for working, for undertaking their own dharma and karma, that we call as Karma Yoga, and acquiring jnana and implementing karma through bhakti, devotion. So devotion is the, bhakti is the mental attitude aspect, karma is the physical attitude and aspect, jnana connects the mind and the body, jnana connects the bhakti, jnana connects the action. Action is Karma Yoga. So all these Puranas are written or were written for conveying the truth, fact and essence of the life of the kings, of the rishis, of the common man, of the farmers, of the worker, of the yogis. Variety of people are brought into the Puranas as the Kadapatra, players, story players. Majority of them happen to be the kings. That king, this king, and in many of the names itself, the message is reflected. So whether you are taking the story of Ajamala, or you are taking the story of Prahlada, or you are taking the story of Jadabharata, Mahabali, or Nachiketas, as well as the message conveying to the pupil through these characters, if we could achieve the result, if conveying the message is effectively done, whether Prahlada existed in the world, or Dhruva existed in the world, or the king Ambarisha existed in the world, does not mean anything. And suppose I am quoting many of the quotations of Socrates. For utilizing the quotations, utilizing the stories told by Socrates, utilizing the messages given by Abraham Lincoln, utilizing the messages given by Swami Vivekananda, we need not worry and we need not explain and we need not try to justify whether Socrates lived in this world, or Abraham Lincoln lived in this world, or Swami Vivekananda lived in this world. If they lived in this world, it is very good. If they do not live in this world, that is also okay. Because carrying the message is the most important thing, and the message is still most important thing. Carrying the message is more important, and the message is most important thing. So what we want to convey to the pupil, particularly common people, they may not be in a position to understand in-depth logical, rational and scientific aspect of the messages and experiences and the life truth if given as a raw experiences or raw messages or raw life truth. Instead of that, just like for taking our parota, we mix with different curries, and just like for eating the rice, we take different curries including pickles, sambar, chutney and so on. The rice goes inside with tasty materials. So tasty materials are addendum. May not even have nutritional value, but they may have nutritional value. Like that, conveying the message to the common man can be easily done through Harikatha, through Katha Prasanga, through storytelling, through poems, through explanation of the experiences of animals, or experiences of kings, or experiences of some boys or girls or mothers or fathers or brothers and so on. But the experiences can be given as the raw experience. It can also be given as the story. So our Puranas, when exaggerated storytelling practice is followed, the most important thing is that one should first of all understand that Puranas are stories. Kadhai maste kadidamahiyasam vidaya lokeshu yashapareyusham Vijnana Vairagya Vivakshaya Vibho Vacho Vibhotirnata Paramartyam. This line I used to quote very frequently in my YouTube lectures. Ultimate aim of quoting this line from Mahabhagavata is to inform you that I am not telling you my views, I am not giving you my opinion, but I am giving you the truth, fact and essence of Mahapuranas and Upapuranas. So everyone should never try to justify the Puranic stories as the history and never try to argue and win. Our ultimate aim is to inform and educate the people. The story of an owl, the story of a crow, the story of a mongoose, the story of a snake, the story of a king, the story of a rabbit, the story of a tortoise, these are all stories where one need not ask whether such a thing happened or not. If at all it is asked, the answer is that such a thing did not happen. But the ultimate aim of bringing all these stories to you is to convey the message in a sumptuous food manner. Ultimate aim is to give you a feast of the truth, fact, essence of life. So, stories are stories. The same stories written in different way. Since they are stories, it can be written in any way. Some stories are repeated. Yes, since they are stories, they can be repeated anywhere. Just like X told to Y the story, A told to B the story, same story, and P told to Q the same stories. So the same stories can be repeated anywhere. Just like my parents told me, explained a story to me, I explained the same story in my own way to my kid, and my kids just convey the story in still an exaggerated way or simplified version to the next generation. The stories can convey, can pass from one generation to another generation, in which the environmental conditions and the surroundings also play a simple role. So how my father told me a story may not be exactly the same way I repeat that story to my daughter or my son. But remember that whenever you are listening the stories, Vijnana Vairagya Vivakshaya Vibho, this one should never forget. Vijnana, it is for creating the scientific temper. So storytelling is for creating scientific temper, logical analysis, rational understanding of the life-based messages. So life-based messages are conveyed in such a way that the listener should get the feel that it is worth adopting in my life. It is worth practicing in my life. So a story's purpose will be fulfilled. The purpose of the story will be fulfilled if and only if the listener adopts the good part of the message of the story. If the stories are told and it was heard and the listener did never take anything from that, then the storytelling purpose got just derailed. So Puranas, always remember that 18 Puranas and 18 Upapuranas are listened for Vijnanam, as I told you, scientific temper, Vairagyam. We are living in this world for about 28,000 days. We are living in this world for about 1 billion seconds. Or as generally astrology tells and factually we observe that one, maximum people live about 85 or 86 years. Rare cases it goes beyond that. So within these 85 years, if we start building bondage with everyone, attachment is very good needed, it is required also. But I am not talking about attachment, I am talking about bondage. Bandha is needed, bandhanam is not needed. So bondage is not needed. The moment you build bondage, then the result and the reward will be affecting your mind either seriously positive or seriously negative ways. So Vijnanam is scientific temper should be there. It means that we should understand the life logically, rationally and scientifically through these stories. And Vairagyam, nowhere, whether the wife and husband or the parents and the children or the brothers or with your property or with your profession or with your work. So non-attached towards result. These are all the modern management words. Non-attached towards the award, result. This non-attachment, non-bondage towards the work is essential, because any time a worker will be relinquished from that. Any time one of our close relatives may pass away. Any times failure may come. Any times the expected result may not be available for you. Any time anything can happen in this world. So if you are getting over bonded with all these things, then you will collapse. So attachment can be good, attachment may be there, attachment is needed according to me, but bondage is the one which is dangerous. Bandham is needed, bandhanam is dangerous. So Vijnana Vairagya Vipaksha. Vairagya means avoiding the bondage. So Puranas always, whatever may be your level of academic qualification or intellectual capacity, or whatever wisdom you possess or whatever experience you possess, always remember that Puranas, Puranamityevana sadhu sarvam najapi kavyam navamityavadyam. You cannot argue with others using the quotation from Puranas, because Puranas are stories. Stories, one cannot question it. But through Puranas, through stories, experiences of the kings, experiences of the people, experiences of different category of the individuals are also given. And through Puranas, not only story and experiences, but also messages also given. Say for example, Prahlada got the real message and advice from Narasimha Murti, Narasimha Avadara. Whether Narasimha Murti existed or Prahlada existed, that question does not come, because these messages are valid for 21st century. The experience of Prahlada is valid for 21st century. These two, the messages as well as the experiences, are conveyed to us through Narasimhavadara story. So whether Narasimhavadara historically took place or not does not mean anything, because we are interested in the experiences of Prahlada and we are interested in the messages received by Prahlada. So always remember that if a message is conveyed or experience is conveyed to you directly as the raw message, or the same message is conveyed to you as experience of some people like Albert Einstein, Dr. C.V. Raman, J.C. Bose, or Acharya P.C. Ray, or even experience of Dr. Manmohan Singh, or experience of Sonia Gandhi, or experience of Swami Vivekananda, Shankaracharya. Experience is always experience. Whether it is good or bad, that depends upon the result the individual could acquire from that. But for us, if the result for them it is good, take that good experience. If the result for that individual is bad, that also try to understand that if we are following their pathway, we may also not get the expected result. So always remember that Puranas convey the experiences of people, Puranas convey the messages needed for our life through stories. Those stories are useful for us, just like a capsule in which the medicine is kept. The medicine is the messages for the life. Capsule is the story. Throw the cover of the capsule and the medicine should go into the body so that we will become healthy. So always, everyone, never try to argue what happened for the characters playing in the Purana as explained in the story. our ultimate aim of every story telling is to take the experiences of the pupil, and even from the experience or direct messages, it will be useful for us for making our life useful, for making our life purposeful, for making our life fruitful, and for making our life meaningful. Because within these 86 years of our life, we may not be in a position to experience everything good and bad, and we may not be in a position to take only the good from the past experience. So others' experiences will be very good for us in making our life good. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.